Introduction. Handbook for the Spiritual Healer. Metaphysical knowledge for the 21st century. Now the new millennium is upon us, and the new age of Aquarius is in full swing. Many people are shedding their narrowed perception about metaphysical subjects and the spiritual world. In the previous age of Pisces, the seed of universal love was planted within our hearts. However, in this age, we experienced a time of limitation, illusion, karma, and delay. We witnessed the spiritual suppression of humanity by church, state, and those who would dilute the truth principles of Christ. We wish we could say we no longer have reason to confront the destructive powers of domination, deception, and prejudice, but in reality, this time in human evolution will produce a great split in human consciousness. It is for this reason we as humans must face the truth and stand up for that truth at any cost. Now, more than ever, we must be on guard, keeping the spark of hope and equality alive until it becomes the flame of liberation. True spirit manifests as love, wisdom, and power. These three elements are the forces the whole universe was created from and constantly maintained. These three states of spiritual consciousness must be obtained and balanced by anyone who wishes to know true freedom. When personal love becomes universal love, it knows no boundaries and manifests spiritual realities that are life-changing and powerful. Understanding is the first step to tolerance and acceptance of the human race. Handbook for the Spiritual Healer is designed to enhance the human spiritual experience. To find truth, we must return to nature. To find enlightenment, we must turn within and seek the kingdom of the soul. This handbook was created to enlighten the perception and eliminate the falsities, confusion, and fear about spiritualism, metaphysics, and symbolism. The only thing to fear about spirituality is not being aware of it and not living in harmony with it. Spirituality is the main frame of all life and the root to all happiness and freedom. The following articles contain comprehensible interpretations of popular and fundamental principles relating to metaphysics, spiritual healing, and our soul nature. Each topic will guide and enlighten the beginner and the master on spiritual subjects necessary to elevate the human consciousness. There are over 20 articles that will simplify many of the questions asked in the realm known as metaphysics. Each article provides a simple explanation on how to use this knowledge to enhance the four-dimensional bodies that make up the human spiritual experience. Christ's philosophy is a spiritual standard of beneficial life and is the essence of pure love. It is one of the most advanced and truthful teachings of human spirituality ever set forth by any master. Metaphysical science is known as the transphysical science. This means a person could make the transition from the physical world to a world beyond sense perception. Metaphysics is the investigation of the ultimate reality. Astrology is one of the largest, oldest, and most noble studies of all the symbolic arts. These enlightening forms of knowledge work hand in hand together to elevate the soul and spark the imagination. Combining these liberating forces reveals to us a truer sense of freedom, understanding, love, compassion, and appreciation for the spiritual beings we truly are. When this higher state of consciousness is manifested, our lives become enriched with a truer perception of universal law and order. Understanding the laws of nature, we not only perceive ourselves better, but also those around us. Studying Christ's principles, metaphysics, and astrology will reveal to you truths that were set forth throughout the ages. The principles of these philosophies are founded in truth, and they promote higher consciousness. The word consciousness is directly associated with every aspect of human life. When consciousness is elevated, freedom follows. Time and material illusions then become non-existent. The knowledge of astrology is truly universal because it can be associated with practically anything, person, time, or place on this planet. The usual opinion of the Orthodox Church is that astrology and Christ's philosophy directly oppose each other, when in fact they directly complement each other. Christ is love, power, and universal knowledge. Its loving truths reveal a philosophy of humanity's true relationship to their fellow man and Creator. The true followers of Christ believe in brotherhood, love, justice, charity, equality, knowledge, liberation, and understanding. Where love goes, Christ's consciousness follows. Or where the light of Christ exists, darkness cannot enter. Christ is love, and love is Christ. The universal love that was exhibited by the Master Jesus is the spiritual glue that holds the whole universe together. All are destined to be part of God's consciousness and part of God's love. Humanity is just now taking its first steps through the threshold of higher consciousness. You can see this new consciousness developing at a very rapid rate. Einstein once said, "I only hope our technology does not exceed our compassion." With knowledge and understanding of Christ's principles, metaphysical healing, and astrology, we can comprehend and cooperate with natural forces, thus ending friction and useless wars. To seek Christ consciousness, one must be in perfect unison with nature. To understand true nature, one must be aware of the cycles and vibrations of the seasons. You may be asking yourself, how can anyone know nature? Well, the answer is simple. We must be aware of her ever-changing cycles and environmental vibrations that directly affect our consciousness. To know the nature of what elements we are given at birth can unlock the door to all the mysteries contained within our mind, soul, and deepest feelings. Contained within the literature of this book are many forms of knowledge that has been passed on throughout the ages by countless teachers of truth principles. Remember always that the spirit we live our lives in will dictate our entire existence. We sincerely hope this book of spiritual messages can help you find your inner child. Remember, the Christ in me reflects the Christ in you. Christ is all, and all are one with the Christic Father. Dedication. We dedicate this book to our Creator God, who gave us the ability to manifest this labor of love. Also, to all beings of light that want to know and want to grow. To those dedicated souls of love and compassion on a quest for a higher consciousness. To the defenders of truth and liberty, who are bold in spirit and will lead humanity into the new age, an age that will inspire enlightenment, truth, universal order, and will manifest a lasting freedom. Special thanks to the positive spiritual sources that guided, motivated, and illuminated our consciousness in completing this book of metaphysical messages. Remember always, perception is the father of philosophy.